phase, and then your choices, selecting right target segment and how you like to position yourself, and then implementation, then control, evaluation stage. Okay, so those are really important. Before doing anything else, you have to look at this framework and then consider your business and then see where you are, where you want to be, and how you are going to get there. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Marketing Fundamental series. As a part of this series, today we will cover a really important topic. It's going to be marketing strategy, strategic framework, and strategic analysis. So before doing anything related marketing, you have to start with those steps to understand your business, to understand your environment, competitors around you, and everything. Okay, so market dynamics. So those steps are so crucial. That's why you have to listen to me carefully. Okay, let's dig in. 1960s and 70s, and the definition in this module, like in this session, is marketing strategy is a process to viably align an organization's resources to the current and future needs of its customers in light of the environment. So where did I got this definition? It is from my colleague, my former colleagues, and my good friends' textbook, and it is one of the most popular textbook in UK. It's called Strategic Marketing by Douglas West. Professor Douglas West is actually, he was my mentor, and I'm hoping that we can have a video on my YouTube channel soon as well. And also Matteo, he's a good friend and a former colleague as well. So that's where I got the definition from, but we will use this concept going on in our video series in the future as well. So after understanding strategy as a concept, we need to look at how we implement this in marketing world, right? So the first thing first, of course, so what you need to do for the marketing, the strategy, is like there are different phases, okay? So the first phase is the question that we ask is, where are we now? So you need to know your current situation before doing anything else. And you need to look at some market scan and scenarios regarding your business. You need to understand your business capabilities, of course, by doing internal analysis. So what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And then you need to find a strategic fit. Okay, so where you want to be, where do we want to be, is the second phase, second stage. And in this stage, part of this stage, you need to do you need to come up with your objectives, right? So where do you want to be in the future, but it should be realistic, right? So it should be aligned with your internal analysis and capabilities. So you cannot actually, I mean, you can dream about everything, but getting there will take time and proper plan. Okay, so objective should be timely. We will talk about SMART objectives in other videos as well. They should be measurable, and they should be realistic and relevant, of course. And then after all your objectives and future direction, maybe the backbone of marketing strategy comes next. It is SDP, segmentation, targeting, and positioning. All right. So segmentation, targeting, positioning is part of every marketing activity. If you like to do a social media campaign, you need to segment your target audience. You need to select your target audience, right? So after segmenting them, and then position yourself for that target audience by telling something that would be interesting for them. All right. And third phase is, how will we get there? This is your implementation stage, right? So you need to come up with an action plan. And of course, you have some limitations like budget, time, your employees, and everything, the employee skills. So you need to consider those limitations and come up with an action plan. And of course, at that stage, you are using marketing mix. I'm sure you all know what marketing mix is. We covered it in the previous videos. If you don't know, just check out my channel and watch those. We talk about 4 P's of marketing or 7 P's of marketing when it comes to services businesses. All right. And then it is always good to have some contingency plans. If something goes wrong, what are you going to do about this? Okay. And the last phase is also really critical, because without measuring your performance, you cannot understand your success. Okay. So I will dedicate a lot of time, a lot of videos on performance metrics or performance-based marketing. But in a nutshell, you have to monitor your performance, your actions by looking at some metrics, and then correct if something goes wrong, or improve your performance by checking your results. Okay, so we have 4 phases, basically analysis phase, and then your choices, selecting right target segment and how you like to position yourself, and then implementation, then control, evaluation stage. Okay, so those are really important. Before doing anything else, you have to look at this framework and then consider your business and then see where you are, where you want to be, and how you are going to get there. Okay, and after this, as a part of marketing strategy framework, so the starting point should be your organizational purpose, your mission, your objectives. So do you want to, of course, I mean, everyone wants to increase their sales, right? So I'm not talking about that sales increase type of objective. So it is everyone's objective, of course. But what I'm talking about is where you see yourself in 5 years or 10 years time. So very good example. Please check this out. You can find it on YouTube as well. Maybe I will create a short video about this. When they asked Jeff Bezos, former CEO of Amazon, and they asked him, why didn't you name Amazon? Because they used to sell books only, right? So they asked them, why did you name Amazon something like, I don't know, librarybook.com or whatever, like something related to books and reading. And he says, no, we are currently selling books, but where we want to be is somewhere different. We want Amazon as a place that you can find anything, right? So it's kind of everything store. So then that's kind of like it's kind of the title of the biography of Jeff Bezos, Everything Store. It's a really good book as well if you haven't read it. But that was his mission and objectives. Like in the future, they want to have a store where you can find everything. Okay, so you need to consider this not only short-term but long-term objectives, and after that you need to scan with environmental analysis, right? So you need to start with environmental analysis and scan your environment. So market scan and scenarios. Who are your competitors and what is going on around your business? And then, of course, you need to look at your internal environment, your resources and capabilities as well. So without looking external and internal environment, you cannot decide on your marketing strategy, right? So you can formulate your marketing strategy by looking external, internal environment, and then come up with your strategic fit, right? So your capabilities are really important at this stage. And when it comes to marketing strategy, of course, if it's like a really big business, there are some corporate strategies. And at the second stage, you need to look at your market and position yourself. Hence, you have to come up with some competitive strategies. And then for the functional level, for marketing level, or like product level, you can come up with functional marketing strategies as well, right? So there are different stages, but mostly we will talk about functional and competitive level strategies, right? So brand level and product level strategies. And maybe the most important keyword today is strategic fit, right? So strategic fit is you need to find a place for your business, for your product in the market, depending on your strengths and depending on the dynamics in the market, your external environment. Okay, so it's not an easy task to do, but you'll get there if you understand your environment, if you do the analysis correctly. So those are really important. Like I said, those are really important steps for formulating your marketing strategy framework. And when you look at the market, external environment and internal environment, you will also find some gaps, right? So we call it gap analysis. And then if you can identify some gaps, that you can fill those gaps with your promises, with your product benefits or brand promises, that will be a really nice way to start, okay? So if no one is covering some specific aspect and you think that you can fill that gap with your offering, product offerings, then that's a good starting point for your business, all right? And yeah, so what is after? We talk about environmental analysis, and of course, there are different stages for environmental analysis as well. We call them strategic analysis. The first part would be macro environments, right? So you need to know what's going on at the macro stage, okay? And for the macro stage, you are going to look at political, legal aspect, environmental aspect, technological aspect, social aspect, and economic aspect. So, and how you are going to do this, we have this famous analysis called pastel analysis. And so we will cover pastel analysis in other videos too. But with the help of pastel analysis, you need to look at your macro environment, right? So country level probably, or like global level. Is there any trend? Is there any trends or threats that you need to be aware of before doing any businesses, okay? And after that, you need to focus on your macro environment. So for the macro environment, there are again several alternatives for strategic analysis. One of the most famous one is Porter's 5 forces. And Porter's 5 forces basically say that you need to look at the competition in the market, right? So overall, the market competition or competition in the market can be assessed by looking at the power of suppliers and power of buyers, right? So who is more powerful? As a buyer, do you have a power on suppliers? Maybe like if you are Coca-Cola, that your suppliers are depending on you, then you have an upper hand, right? So that's why power of buyers or power of suppliers. So you need to assess which side is more powerful. And then also customers aspect, also critical. Overall competitors, are they like really big competitors? Like, is there like monopolistic environment, or there are so many small brands? So what type of competition in the market? And of course, you need to look at the distributors, right? So who are your distributors? Do you have to work with them, or you can actually access to end customers alone on your own as a brand, or you have to rely on some sort of distribution network? So this is macro environment level analysis, which is something that we will again delve into in other videos. And then finally, you have to look at the company level, right? Internal capability analysis and Porter's value chain analysis. Those are some strategic analysis that you can use to assess your company strengths and weaknesses again. And there are some other analysis like SWOT, which is kind of a mix of microenvironment and your company level analysis as well. We are going to cover all of those. But without doing those analysis, it is really hard to decide what you should do, right? So doing a YouTube video or like doing social media advertising is easy, but without knowing your strengths and weaknesses and market dynamics and trends, your money might be wasted, right? So that's why you have to rely on those analysis and outputs or results that you get your analysis, and then formulate your marketing strategies afterwards, okay? So please tune into my channel and subscribe to my channel if you like to learn more about marketing, because in the upcoming videos, we will talk about this strategic analysis one by one. Thank you for listening. Hope to see you in other videos.